Hey guys, this is Steve from iStockSecrets.com, and I wanted to check back in with you guys. It's been about a year since I set my first goal for making $3,500 a month with iStockPhotography.com, iStockPhoto.com, and I want to let you guys know, first and foremost, that I did not meet my goal, but I did learn so many things in the last year that it's going to help me meet my goal this year. So I'm still excited. I still think I'm going to be able to make $3,500 a year at iStock, and maybe even more possibly. I've got friends who are making double, triple that amount of money with iStock. So anyway, I want to be able to share some things that I've learned over the last year with you guys, some actual tips that will really help. What I learned here was that I said in one of my videos that you always have to keep your buffer full. I did not do that this year. There was times in my life through sickness or family issues that came up that I just wasn't able to meet what I had to do. But those are excuses. I did not really make it a goal or find a way in order to achieve what I set out to do. So I did get a lot more images accepted. I probably got about 500 to 600 images accepted, but that's just not what I need. I can upload about 120 images per week, which means that over the course of a month, my acceptance rate is probably about the 60%. And so, you know, I should be able to upload, I should be able to have about 2,000 images at least come up into iStock a year. I've found that I'm making about $1 a month per image I have up. So right now I've got over 1,000 images on iStock, and I'm making somewhere about $1,000 a month. So one thing I did is I doubled my money. I was making $400 to $500 a month when I was trying about a year ago. Now I'm making $1,000 a month on iStock photography, and that's some good residual income. So I can't complain. However, it wasn't my goal, and I'm here to actually achieve the goals that I set out for myself, and I want you guys to as well. So I did learn this because I'm a busy guy. I've got other businesses that I do. I have discovered that one of the things that I really need to make important is making sure that my upload queue never does go down, that every week I'm uploading 120 images. I'm trying to get those Veta images up there. The way that I discovered for me that I have to do this is I've got to work with somebody else. So I thought about it, and I'm like, okay, maybe I can hire another photographer in town where they can work on my images, and because I'm not super into having to have the most amazing images, more quantity. I want quality too, but I want quantity. That's my number one goal. And then I said, hey, I may can hire someone in town, but I realized that was just going to be too expensive. So I'm making $1,000 a month. I want to keep most of that money. So what I did discover, like a lot of the guys who are doing businesses that are like right around the 4-hour work week, or trying to do things that are centered around having residual income, not working very much, I realized I can't devote too much time to my stock photography. Now, because I was a wedding photographer and a very successful one for about 11, 12 years, I still do some weddings, more high-end weddings. I try to keep myself not too busy with that because I got a lot of other projects going on. I have got so many wedding images out there, and I've got tons of images that actually sell really great, of bouquets or whatever. So I need to basically get those images populated on iStock as much as I possibly can. So I decided to go online and find some overseas work. This transformed the amount of images that I can I can get up. With using Dropbox, I was able to get images that were raw. I would have someone overseas actually correct those images, pull out any logos or any trademark violation stuff. I would upload the model release, and that person then would take my images and put them into Deep Meta and upload them for me. The nice thing about Deep Meta is there is it'll encrypt your password in iStock so that you're not actually giving somebody overseas your password. So that means you can have somebody in India, in the Philippines, both those places are a little cheaper, Malaysia, wherever, somebody who can do that is capable to actually do that work for you at a very, very low rate. I found that I could probably hire someone between $200 and $250 a month to upload about 480 for me, right around 500 images a month. That means they're taking it from raw, taking it all the way and uploading it into my Deep Meta. Found out that I really have to be pretty good at finding the right person. Some people can't speak English very well, and I feel like that's important for what I need. I need to be able to have good English skills. Still working through that. I have discovered that I'm still using people overseas to do this. This is great. This is also taking me to the next level of where I am going to be branching off with helping my wife now set up her own account and do stock photography in many different stock agencies, not just iStock. So iStock Secrets is still going to be here. We're still going to learn about iStock. However, I feel I'm also going to branch off and talk about stock in general, how to make the most you can through actually getting on various stock sites. So the first thing I learned is that I don't have time. I don't know if you do either. I mean, if you're a person who's got a job and you got a lot of responsibilities, you got kids, you might not have time, but you might have time to shoot images. And I'm going to talk about ways about getting your portfolio, help your portfolio, being able to shoot lots, being able to get your image level up without breaking your family, without breaking your job, without going insane, without staying up till 2 in the morning, whatever the case may be. There are ways to do it. I've discovered a lot of those ways. Anyway, now I am maxing out my uploads. So this year we're really going to be able to see. So anyway, stay tuned. It's a real good piece of advice. Outsource your work. And if you don't outsource your photo correction, if you don't feel comfortable doing that, still outsource somebody being able to put it up in iStock for you. It's not brain surgery. Keywording, descriptions, categories, not brain surgery. You may not have time for it. If you don't have time for it and you can upload a ton of images, go for it. That's great. I think that's awesome. However, I don't have time for it, and that's not part of the lifestyle. I want to find someone else who can do that work for me. So now we're on track to making that money. I'm going to keep checking back in with you guys. Thanks for watching.